Hey everyone, this is Kenny, and this is day number 17 of 100 Days of Making Comics. What this is where I take at least 30 minutes each day to work on my Slayer comic for the next 100 days. Made a little bit of progress today on the script, more than I've been making. It's kind of been going kind of slow, but actually got a lot more done on the script than I expected to do. I also did a little sketching today. It wasn't Slayer related. It was just messing around in the sketchbook, just trying to do some weird stuff, I guess. Just how every now and then you just want to mess around and see what happens. When you're sketching. I'll show you that, and this episode I'm calling Blast from the Past. I figured I'd go ahead. I've been kind of put it in off, but I dug out my old comics from when I was a kid that I made that had Slayer in it. There's a lot more stuff I did, but I'm not going to show all that yet. I'll just show you the books that's related to Slayer that has the early versions of Slayer in it from when I was a kid. I'm also going to show you some artwork that I've done since I've done the Slayer comic back in '96 and on from there to now. Kind of some stuff that you've never seen before if anyone has followed the Slayer book I did that I self-published many years ago. This is stuff I've really never used yet, but I figured I'd just go ahead and show it. That way it'll be shown, and I can move on and file it away, for good. I'll go ahead and start with the comics I made as a kid. Okay, this is KL Comics. It was my made-up company when I was a kid. I think it says it might say September '87. And the book was called Power Team, which is on regular writing paper. Staples in the side right here, pretty crude. And keep in mind that this was done when I was a kid. I was probably, I want to say I may have been in 6th grade then. This is a team kind of like X-Men or Avengers. Awesome looking people here. This guy right here is the leader, and he has a power whip. And this guy is Slayer. This was the first ever drawing I did of Slayer when I was a kid. This guy was called Crusher, Electro Girl, and Misty. I think I got her from kind of Kitty Pryde because I think she could turn invisible. That was her only power, which made her somewhat useless. Which she didn't even have, mental powers like I think Kitty Pryde has that, as well as Sue Storm. Yeah, it's pretty old looking crap here, and crude people. That's a bar. He's chugging down one. Bud Light. Okay. This guy breaks in. His name is Claw. I don't know why he busted in a bar and started chopping up people. But anyway. Oh, here's Slayer. Elsewhere. Time for practice. That would be Slayer. His arm looks broke. His whip is kind of limp there, but it's got energy. I guess it's kind of like a electroshock whip. He was a ninja, but he had a pretty lame costume. Anyway, we're gonna move on. I'm not gonna dwell on these too much. Here's that was issue 1. This is issue 2. November '87. I think I may have dated those a little in advance, trying to be like Marvel. It was probably a few months prior to that. Looks like this guy, I think his name was Terror. There's Slayer. Looks like he got his ass whipped. Here. Oh, the Black Knight. He was a new recruit. Slingshot, Electro Girl, Slayer, Misty, and Crusher. And they had a lead. The guy who put the team together, I think, was called Power Master. He was kind of like Professor X or something. He had mental powers. He could. I'm not sure exactly what he could do. Shoot energy from his brain or something. But anyway, here's another one. Issue 3. Won't dwell on too bad. Pretty rough looking stuff here. Got Slayer with the big shades and a hat. I guess he was always kind of trying to keep his identity secret. They drove this big bus. Had the power team on the side. Kind of advertised who there was, I guess. That's his henchman. This is Terror. It's pretty cool. But just thought I would share this with y'all. You can see the artwork improving as I got older, a little older. This was 88. I just kept practicing. That's Power Master, by the way. I actually had some energy from his hands too. Yeah. Then we went on to issue 5, and this was Slayer's arch rival. I forget what his name was now. That's Slayer there, jogging. You can see. I would say it's a big improvement. I started doing more shading. 1, 2, 3. He's got a lot of abs though. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, he's got an 8-pack. He's so ripped. He's got an 8-pack. But there was a little romance between him and Electric Girl. Oh wow, the big kiss. Looks like he's biting her face off. But you can see, slight improvement each issue. I started putting a little more detail. I'm not sure. This is the guy that was out to get revenge on Slayer for something. I forget now, but it's starting to look more like a comic book. You're getting more details and more backgrounds. A lot more. I started putting a lot more detail into stuff, a little more emphasis on stuff. The Black Knight, I don't know if I knowed then that there was already a character called the Black Knight. Nor did I know about the metal band Slayer, the death metal. Didn't know much about them either. I don't know what this ninja guy's name was, but I think he whipped up on Slayer pretty bad right here. Yeah. Slayer got a few licks in, but he just got slammed there. You can see the detail. I started getting better with my anatomy, and all that came from looking at other, and professional comics, Marvel and stuff. I still had a ways to go though. Slayer said, "Shut up." I guess he said something Slayer didn't like. Slayer went back, kicked him in the gut. A lot of action. When he drew back, it's gonna be bad. Then you get the big pow. You don't even get to see what happened. You just know it was bad. But anyway, I think he threw dust in Slayer's eye here and escaped. Road Ranger. This was something I never became. Anyway, issue number 6. That was in '88. This was the Black Knight. He got hurt in the last issue. They rushed him to the hospital. A slingshot. This was a kind of a solo issue between the Black Knight and Slingshot, kind of like developing their characters a little bit. This guy was called the Fixer. He basically kidnaps the Black Knight and makes him. He likes tinkering with people and making them, putting robotic parts on them, and making them work for him. Anyway. but you can see the detail gets better. I just never, I didn't ink back then. Here's the next issue. Oil Slick was a new character they brought in to replace the Black Knight while he was recuperating. Started taking a little more time on my panels and emphasizing things. There's other villains. I started bringing in more villains that I created. Anyway, I think there's one more, no, two more. Oil Slick and Crusher. They was the two strong men. Crusher didn't like this new guy moving in on his girl Misty here, so it's kind of like a little bit of a battling going on, you know, between the good guys. Not a fight over mistaken identity. It was just jealousy. And then there's another one now. There's Slayer. You can see the improvement. I also started doing a little more quality as far as the paper goes back then. Yeah, you can see I started watching, taking tips from Pro Comics, or paying more attention to detail and anatomy, and there's a pretty cool scene considering I was a lot younger back then. This had been a few years later. 93, yeah, I think I took a hiatus for a while, so I don't want to sit here and say I improved that quick over that short amount of time. I did the first maybe 6 issues when I was a kid, and I think I was a teenager then. I was right at 18, 19, yeah, something like that, 19. Now we'll go back a little bit. This is back when I was a kid again. This was Slayer's first book, OKO Presents. This was kind of like a Marvel had did a Marvel Comics Presents, and I kind of liked that idea where they featured a different character every issue. So this is my version of that, and I brought out Slayer in his new suit. This is, so you had the old suit here. I actually never finished the other stories here other than Slayer. That was his new look. Then I gave him his own book. I only did one issue, The Night Warrior. Now in his own series, which is pretty faded there. There's Slayer fighting some ninjas. I don't know what's going on there. But anyway, there's his new outfit. I think he had a power sword. He went from a power whip to a power sword, which I don't use any of that now. And it got pretty gruesome. Sorry dude, you jumped at me and I had to shove his sword through you, so it happens. There's his mask. Slayer jumps off a mountain, lands on the sky. Splat. Yeah, pretty violent back then. But anyway, this is to be continued thing. He's fighting this spiked up ninja guy. To be continued, and I never did continue it. This was another book I did, Stingray versus Slayer. Stingray was this guy here. There's both heroes, but this was a case of mistaken identity, you know, which tends to happen in the comic book world. I think it all started over a female in a bar there or something. But anyway, they wind up battling each other and then eventually helping one another out. There's Slayer crouching on a flagpole. This is some kind of event. Terrorists break out and Slayer and Stingray both jump in to help out. I think that's when they run into each other in the costumes for the first time. Anyway, that's Stingray. But I guess that's about it. Probably spent way too much time showing you all this stuff. We'll move on to some more stuff. Here's a back cover. Slayer to his own book. I'll show you what I've worked on today as far as sketching goes. This has nothing to do with Slayer. It's just something I was messing around with. I don't know, just kind of different sides of the same face, I guess. I don't know. Just messing around. But that's it as far as the Slayer progress. Worked on the script, like I said. I made pretty huge leap on it today, more than I had expected. So that's good, and I'm hoping tomorrow will be another big leap for me. But that is it for now. I hope I didn't bore you too much with the stroll down memory lane. I just thought it'd be good to share some of my old artwork from a kid and stuff I've done, you know, over the years, and just give you an idea, you know, of how much progress I have made as an artist. And you know, we all start from somewhere, and it's good to show, you know, where you come from and your roots and what you've done. So hope you enjoyed it, and I will talk to y'all tomorrow. Talk to you later. Peace.